Welcome back to Year 8 Food Technology with Mrs. Tung and Miss Allen. This lesson we're all going to be looking at different ways of cooking food, dry cooking methods and wet cooking methods, and you'll have a written piece of work to complete for this. So our learning objectives, the main things that we need to find out about this lesson is: how does cooking affect food? What are the different methods of cooking, and why is the correct choice of cooking equipment important when you're preparing food? So how does cooking affect food? When food is cooked, it's made more digestible. Your body can get out the nutrients from that food that it needs. And it also improves the flavour, texture and smell of a wide range of foods. And there's lots of different ways of doing that. So if we have a quick look, this PowerPoint is available for you attached to the class charts lesson, and it's interactive, but we've got different ways of cooking food in oil. For example, here we've got deep fat frying. There's a picture of shallow frying on there. There's dry frying. If you remember in year 7 and you made tortillas, that was dry frying. And wok, so there's a recipe on our curriculum to do with stir frying, to do with our Japanese theme. We will hopefully end up doing that when we get back to some sort of normality year 8, but lots of different ways of cooking food. And this is another little interactive game that you can play and try and match up the different ways of cooking, the way that heat is transferred, and that ties into some of your science lessons with convection, conduction and radiation, different methods of transferring that heat to the food so that it changes and is cooked. I'm not going to do that for you now, but you can do that yourselves when you've finished watching this video. There's also another little interactive quiz. So there's lots of information on this PowerPoint about different types of cooking methods. And the main points are that cooking makes food more digestible and it makes it taste loads better. It makes it much yummier. Flavour, texture and smell are improved, and it also affects the nutritional value. You've got 2 tasks that you need to do. There's a very basic one which is really easy, and then if you're looking for a higher grade, a more competent or confident grade, there is a wet cooking methods table that is in much more detail, and I'll just go through those for you now. So these are the 2 tables. They look very similar. The dry cooking method one is the simplest one to start with, and I'm expecting you all to have a go at this. I don't want you to copy and paste. I would like you to try and either print this out and write it out, or you can print out the information and cut it out physically with a pair of scissors and glue it together. That's much more fun to do, but don't just use the computer to copy and paste. So you've got a table with the different cooking methods, and you've also got a cooking method sheet. And you'll notice that the dry cooking methods, those are in little boxes, and if you print those out, they should fit into the little boxes that are provided in this table. So give that a go. If you don't want to print it out, you can just copy it out. That's fine. If you do it neatly and upload your work to me and Miss Allen, that is fine. So for the higher grade, you need to do the dry cooking method, but you also need to do the wet cooking method. And if you've just spotted, the wet cooking method information has got a lot more detail. There's far too much information in there to be able to fit into the table. So what I'm looking for is for you guys to be selective in what information you're transferring out of there. Put that information into your own words so that I can see you're understanding what that cooking method is. Now, you can go and Google some of the information. You can go and Google what simmering is, try and find some videos about those, or what roasting is in comparison to simmering, why it's different, what sorts of foods would be suitable for cooking in those different ways. Okay, but I want you to have a go at definitely the dry cooking methods, and then have a go at the wet cooking methods. The information in that PowerPoint, there are lots and lots of extra slides that are available to you with lots of extra information as well if you can't get onto Google and find any suitable videos. Okay, so give it a go, save your work, upload what you've done, and me and Miss Allen will be really looking forward to feeding back and marking back to you on your work. Have a go year 8 and good luck.